What's up, everybody? Coach Zavier here with the timeout. Just going to do a quick inside the huddle with Coach Zavier. What brought this to my mind is last night I was watching the Duke-Syracuse game, and when watching the game, heard a comment from Jay Bilas. So this video is directed towards you, Jay Bilas, and I would love for you to respond, kind of hear your thoughts. That'd be awesome, but we'll see. So let's talk a little bit about the Duke-Syracuse game first, and a huge road win for Syracuse at Duke. Now, Duke wasn't full strength. Jones got hurt. Reddish sat out with a sickness. But, huge tournament resume builder for Syracuse. And then a tough battle for Duke. So a lot of positives for both teams. Zion, RJ Barrett played tough. They're crazy good when they're at full strength. So, the ACC is going to be a battle, though. As we know, it's tough every night. But what this video is, what brought this to my mind is that they were talking about some of the top teams in the country, and Jay Bilas immediately starts talking about Michigan State. And I have a problem with that because in order to talk about Michigan State, they got to get through Michigan. And they haven't been able to do that the last couple of years. And my problem is that everybody talks about Cassius Winston. Now, Cassius Winston is a great player. But when are people going to start talking about Zavier Simpson? Zavier Simpson has owned Cassius Winston in head-to-head matchup the last couple of years. Michigan has owned Michigan State the last couple of years. So before we can talk about Michigan State, we should be talking about Michigan. And not only that, you start looking at some of the statistics. Michigan has played like 6 Big Ten games, I believe. And in those 6 games, they have like a different leading scorer every game. Like basically everybody, so I think it's more than 6 games, it might be 8. But basically every game, they've had somebody score, be a leading scorer. Like all starting 5 guys have led in scoring. And then I think the freshman has led the most. He has like 4 in like double-digit games. So it's crazy. Like Michigan is so balanced. Anybody can beat you. They've proven that. And, yeah, we're talking about Michigan State. Like, there's some juggernaut that can't be touched in the Big Ten. So, I guess for you, Jay Bilas, I got to wonder, what's it going to take for you to start talking about Zavier Simpson the way you talk about Cassius Winston? And I know everybody be like, oh, he can't shoot. Well, last game hit 4 threes. I mean, he is a monster on the defensive end. He is making some crazy hook shots, getting to the rim. Has a great assist-to-turnover ratio. And he's the ultimate leader in college basketball. Sure, if you want to tell me Cassius Winston is a better NBA prospect, tip my cap, good point. But if we're talking about who makes their college basketball team better, it is Zavier Simpson over Cassius Winston, which means we should be talking about Michigan before we talk about Michigan State. So that's my question to you, Jay, is when are we going to talk about Michigan over Michigan State, and when are we going to talk about Zavier Simpson is better than Cassius Winston? Have a great night. Attack each day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Peace out, Coach Zai.